God says, "My child, I have come to you because your heart deserves to know the truth. I have come because your soul has been sensing something unsettling, something heavy that has made you feel restless, anxious, or uneasy without fully understanding why. I have come because there is a shadow in your soulmate's life, a shadow that has been quietly manipulating, deceiving, and drawing them away from the light of your love. And I am here to lift the veil so you may see clearly what has been hidden from you. There is someone very close to your soulmate who is walking a path of sin, a path that touches your soulmate in ways that wound the heart, cloud the mind, and disturb the spirit. This person has smiled in front of you, has appeared trustworthy, and has pretended to care. They have acted as a friend, a confidant, a companion who stands near your soulmate in every ordinary moment, every private conversation, every shared secret. But my child, behind those smiles, behind those words, behind that seemingly innocent presence, there is a darkness. This darkness has not appeared overnight. It has been growing slowly, carefully, almost invisibly. Step by step, moment by moment, this person has been weaving an affair. An emotional, spiritual, and sinful connection with your soulmate. They have been testing boundaries, learning weaknesses, observing reactions, and patiently waiting for moments of vulnerability to draw your soulmate closer into temptation. Their intentions are not casual, they are deliberate, calculated, and hidden with skill, so that no one sees, no one suspects, and no one intervenes, until now. Your soulmate, my beloved child, is not evil. They are not willingly cruel. They are not unaware of your love, your presence, your significance in their life. But their heart has been caught in confusion, their spirit has been pulled in two directions, and their energy has been drained in silence because of this person's manipulations. This person has used subtle tactics to create emotional dependence, to make your soulmate feel needed, appreciated, understood in ways that you alone should be giving. They have masked sin as support, manipulation as friendship, desire as concern. I know you are hurting even as you hear this. I know your chest tightens, your mind spins, and your soul feels a storm rising. But I want you to breathe and feel my presence. Because the truth, my child, is never meant to destroy you. It is meant to awaken you, to empower you, to prepare you for the restoration that is coming. This person has been walking into your soulmate's life at moments of weakness. Moments when they felt lonely, moments when they felt unappreciated, moments when they questioned their own value. And at these moments, your soulmate was vulnerable. And the sinful person whispered, smiled, and slowly began drawing your soulmate's attention in the wrong direction. You may have sensed the tension in your soulmate, the moments they became quiet, distracted, or restless, and wondered why. These were the moments this person was pulling at their heart, hiding the truth under layers of charm, sympathy, and carefully crafted words. Your soulmate has been carrying guilt, shame, and confusion in silence. They have felt the tug of temptation, the weight of dishonesty, and the clash between their love for you and their inability to immediately reject this person. They have suffered quietly because they did not want to hurt you. They did not want to admit weakness. They did not want you to feel betrayed or unsafe. But the Spirit of truth, which I am now revealing to you, cannot be hidden forever. My child, this person close to your soulmate has crossed spiritual, emotional, and moral boundaries. They have entangled themselves in secret interactions, stolen moments, hidden conversations, and subtle influences that have slowly pushed your soulmate into an affair that is not meant to exist. This is not mere flirtation. This is not casual attention. This is a sinful and deliberate act meant to create intimacy, dependency, and distraction from what is sacred and pure between you and your soulmate. And yet, in this darkness, there is hope. Your soulmate's heart still remembers the light, the love you share, the bond you created, the connection that is divine and unbreakable. That light has kept them tethered to truth, even as they struggled in moments of weakness. That light is what will save them from complete destruction. That light is what is guiding you now, so that you may understand what is happening before it becomes too late. You may feel anger rising. You may feel disbelief, betrayal, or sadness. And all of these feelings are natural, for your soul recognizes when the sanctity of love is threatened. But I want you to remember that your soulmate is not lost. They are confused, yes, but they are not forsaken. Their heart still seeks goodness, their spirit still craves forgiveness, and their soul still responds to my guidance. This is why I am speaking to you, to prepare you, to steady your heart, and to reveal the steps that will lead to restoration, healing, and truth. My child, this person close to your soulmate has been cunning. They have hidden their intentions behind masks of care, behind gestures of kindness, behind words that seem harmless. They have created a veil that even your soulmate could not initially see through. They have made it seem normal to share thoughts, feelings, and moments that belong only to the sacred bond between you and your soulmate. They have tried to slowly replace your presence with themselves in your soulmate's mind, one small step at a time, knowing that secrecy shields sin from exposure. But my child, the veil is lifting now. The truth is surfacing. I am exposing every hidden action, every silent manipulation, every stolen moment, every false word spoken to create distance between your soulmate and you. You must understand this. This is not a reflection of weakness in your soulmate. It is a test, a spiritual battle, and a moment in which the divine will intervene to reveal the true intentions of this person and protect the sacred love between you. Your soulmate has been burdened, torn between loyalty, guilt, and the pressure this sinful person placed upon them. And while they wrestled with this, they have been silently hoping for guidance, silently hoping for intervention, silently hoping that the truth would be revealed before permanent damage could take place. And that is why I am here. I have been watching over you both. I have been guiding signs to your heart so that you may feel a sense of unease when things did not align. I have been whispering wisdom to your soulmate so that they could begin to awaken from the influence of sin. I have been preparing the moment when clarity would come, when exposure would arrive, when the heart could breathe again, and the bond of true love could be restored without shadows lingering in your path. My child, this is the beginning of understanding. This is the beginning of awakening. This is the moment when you start to see with spiritual eyes what has been hidden in darkness. And while your heart may tremble now, know that every step I reveal is a step toward freedom, justice, and restoration. Your soulmate's heart is precious. Your love is sacred. And no sinful act, no betrayal, no hidden manipulation can overcome what is divinely protected. The truth is rising now. The veil is lifting. And soon, your spirit will see everything clearly, and you will know who this person is, what they intended, and why they cannot remain in your soulmate's life. Be patient, my child. Be steady. Be strong. The revelation has begun. The path to clarity, protection, and divine justice is unfolding. And I, your God, will be with you every step of the way, lifting the shadows, guiding the light, and preparing the heart of your soulmate for the return to purity, love, and honesty. The moment is coming. The truth is near. The exposure is unstoppable. And the love you share with your soulmate is more powerful than anything hidden in darkness. My beloved child, I am here to guide your heart deeper into the truth, to open your spiritual eyes so that you may finally understand the forces that have been attempting to interfere with your love, your soulmate, and the sacred bond that exists between you. You may have sensed it, that subtle unease, that sudden doubt, that feeling that something was not right. And now I am revealing the patterns, the signs, the quiet movements of a sinful heart that has been close to your soulmate, pretending to care, pretending to be loyal, pretending to be harmless. This person, my child, did not enter your soulmate's life by accident. They came with a calculated purpose, wrapped in charm and adorned with false concern. They watched your soulmate, studied their weaknesses, observed the moments of vulnerability that appeared when loneliness crept in or when your soulmate questioned their worth. And at each moment, they placed themselves closer, offering a listening ear, a comforting word, a smile that seemed innocent but carried a weight far heavier than your soul could feel at first. Your soulmate was not blind. They were cautious, yes, but they are human, and humans are drawn to connection, to empathy, to moments of perceived understanding. And that is exactly what this sinful person used to ensnare them emotionally. Each word, each gesture, each shared secret was a small step into the shadows, a step away from the light, away from what was pure, away from the love you give so freely, away from the sacred bond that should have been protected at all costs. You may have noticed subtle changes in your soulmate, a quiet hesitation, a distracted mind, a voice that sometimes seemed burdened by invisible weight. You may have wondered why they seemed distant at times, why they did not share certain things, why their heart carried a silence that was heavier than normal. All of these sensations were your spirit sensing the presence of this manipulative energy, the hidden influence, the quiet pull towards sin that your soulmate was struggling to resist. But my child, your soulmate's heart is not wicked. Their spirit is not lost. They are caught in a battle, a spiritual struggle between the love they feel for you and the subtle temptations placed before them by this sinful person. They are confused, torn, feeling guilt for what they have allowed emotionally, yet deeply yearning to return fully to the light, to return fully to you, to return fully to what is sacred and right. The person who has been betraying this trust is clever, my child. They know exactly how to manipulate emotions, how to twist moments of vulnerability into dependency, how to make your soulmate feel needed in ways that pull them away from the love they truly deserve. They use guilt, they use sympathy, they use flattery, and they use subtle hints of desire to create a connection that should never exist. And all the while, they smile in public. They act as a loyal companion, they pretend to be supportive. But their intentions are corrupted by envy, by obsession, and by the sinful desire to interfere with a love that is not theirs to take. Your soulmate has been aware, in small ways, of the danger, but the deception has been layered. It has been carefully hidden, moving like shadows around the light of your love. And your soulmate, torn between clarity and confusion, has been quietly seeking guidance, searching for the right path to break free without shattering the bond they know is meant to be protected. Their spirit has been restless, their energy has been drained, and yet their love for you remains strong, quietly resisting the pull of this sinful influence. I know your heart may feel hurt as you hear this, my child. You may feel anger, disbelief, even fear. But I am telling you, these emotions are natural responses of a heart attuned to truth, a soul aligned with divine justice, a spirit that refuses to tolerate deception. And it is through this awareness that your power grows, that your clarity strengthens, and that your ability to support your soulmate with understanding, rather than blame, will rise. This sinful person has a pattern, my child. They use subtle forms of attention to ensnare your soulmate. Late-night calls, seemingly innocent messages, hidden expressions of concern, shared confessions meant to create intimacy. They carefully create scenarios where your soulmate feels emotionally dependent on them. They craft conversations where guilt or obligation leads your soulmate to respond in ways that deepen the unholy connection. And they do all of this while pretending to be loyal, pretending to be harmless, pretending to be just a friend. Your soulmate has felt the pull. They have felt the shame. They have felt the inner conflict between what they desire spiritually, purity, love, truth, and what this person has created emotionally, temptation, distraction, sin. And this struggle has caused pain inside them, a pain that they have carried silently because they did not want to hurt you, did not want to expose the betrayal, did not want to disturb the sacred connection you share. But my child, the Spirit sees all. I see all. The truth cannot be hidden when it has been observed by the divine. The moments of guilt, the moments of struggle, the moments where your soulmate leaned toward correction, I have witnessed them all. And now, the time is approaching when the veil will lift. The sinful person's manipulations will be revealed. The hidden intentions will be exposed. And your soulmate will finally have the chance to return fully to what is right, fully to you, fully to the love that was never meant to be broken. You must also know, my child, that this person is jealous, jealous of you, jealous of the love your soulmate shares with you, jealous of the light that surrounds your life, and the blessings that are naturally flowing into your relationship. Their actions are driven by envy and desire, not by care or affection. They want to replace you in your soulmate's heart. They want access to what is sacred and do not have the right to take. And while they have acted cleverly to hide their intentions, their time is short, and their influence is weakening under my watchful guidance. Your soulmate, though confused and burdened, is waking to the truth. They are beginning to see the patterns. They are beginning to understand the manipulation. They are beginning to feel the shame, yes, but also the desire to break free and return fully to love, truth, and light. And you, my child, are being prepared to witness this truth without fear, without despair, but with clarity, strength, and divine awareness. You are being prepared to understand not only the betrayal but also the heart of your soulmate, the pain, the confusion, the struggle, and the unwavering love that never left you. You are being prepared to stand with them, to support them, to witness the exposure of the sinful person, and to see justice unfold in a way that is both righteous and divine. This is the moment where clarity begins to rise. This is the moment where the secret patterns start to unravel. This is the moment where your heart is awakened to the reality that while betrayal existed, divine protection and divine guidance were always in place. You have not been blind. You have not been powerless. You have been guided to see, feel, and prepare for what is coming. And as the truth begins to surface, my child, remember this: your soulmate is still yours. Their heart is still bound to you by the sacred love that no one, no sinful person, and no shadow can ever break. They are awakening to the truth, and you are awakening to the reality that the divine always intervenes to protect love, to expose deception, and to restore hearts to what is rightfully theirs. The time of hidden betrayal is ending. The veil is lifting. The sinful person's power is waning. And the love between you and your soulmate is growing stronger, purer, and more protected than ever before. My beloved child, now I am taking you deeper into the truth, deeper into the spiritual layers that your human eyes could not see, deeper into the emotional battlefield your soulmate has been quietly fighting while pretending everything is normal. You deserve to know what has been unfolding behind the curtains of silence, behind the smiles that were fake, behind the words that carried hidden intentions, behind the moments that seemed ordinary but were carefully crafted traps by the one who has been secretly interfering with your soulmate's heart. Your soulmate has been living in two worlds, one that belongs to you, filled with genuine love, connection, loyalty, and emotional truth. And another created by the sinful person, filled with manipulation, temptation, confusion, and guilt. And your soulmate has been torn, not because they do not love you, but because the manipulator has been influencing their emotional space with subtle poison that entered like a whisper but spread like wildfire. My beloved child, let me show you what your soulmate has been experiencing in their moments of silence. Because their silence has not been about losing interest in you. Their silence has been about hiding their shame. Their silence has been about feeling trapped. Their silence has been about not knowing how to tell you what has been happening without losing your trust. Their silence has been a cry for help, a cry they could not voice, but I heard it. That is why I am revealing everything to you now. This sinful person, the one I am exposing, knew how to twist vulnerability. They studied your soulmate's heart like a map. They learned what your soulmate fears. They learned what makes them feel insecure. They learned when your soulmate feels lonely. They learned how to create situations where they could step in and appear helpful, comforting, caring, pretending to be a friend while secretly desiring what belongs to you. My beloved child, understand this: temptation never begins loudly. It begins with small cracks, gentle conversations that seem harmless, moments that feel supportive, words that seem comforting. And this person has used these to enter your soulmate's emotional space like a soft shadow slipping under a closed door. They used sympathy to create closeness. They used flattery to create attachment. They used emotional dependency to create an affair of the heart that your soulmate feels ashamed of. Your soulmate is not a bad person. Their spirit is not corrupted. Their love for you did not disappear. But they were emotionally manipulated, spiritually weakened, and slowly entangled in a web they did not intend to enter. My beloved child, let me show you something your soulmate feels but cannot say out loud. In the quiet moments, when their mind goes still, they feel guilty for allowing this person so close. They feel guilty for answering their messages. They feel guilty for not shutting down inappropriate words fast enough. They feel guilty for not telling you. They feel guilty for allowing their heart to bend under pressure instead of staying firm. Your soulmate has cried in silence. Not always with tears, but with a heavy chest, with sleepless nights, with thoughts that spin, with a mind that cannot rest. They have questioned themselves, why did I let this happen? What will happen if my beloved finds out? What do I do now? How do I break free without hurting anyone? Your soulmate feels trapped between protecting your heart and escaping the sinful influence of this person. And that is why they have seemed distant at times. Not because they lost affection for you, but because they have been terrified of hurting you. This person, the one who is creating the rift, thrives on your soulmate's weakness. They take advantage of every little problem between you. If you and your soulmate had even the slightest misunderstanding, this person immediately stepped in, offering comfort with intentional sweetness, pretending to be supportive while poisoning your soulmate's thoughts. They would say things like, "You deserve someone who understands you better. You look so stressed, talk to me instead. I'm always here for you." These words were not kindness, they were bait. They wanted your soulmate to emotionally lean on them instead of you. They wanted your soulmate to share secrets, worries, frustrations, because emotional intimacy is the seed of sinful attachment. This person is not simply having an affair, they are creating one. They are engineering it. They are pushing it. They are hungry for what does not belong to them. They feel envy toward your existence, envy toward your love, envy toward your influence on your soulmate. And envy makes humans do dangerous things. My beloved child, your soulmate has tried to set boundaries. There were moments when your soulmate pulled back, trying to distance themselves. Moments when they felt the manipulation becoming clearer. Moments when they tried to protect you by stepping away from this person. But each time, the sinful person found a way to create emotional pressure, guilt, sadness, drama, fake tears, sudden crises, anything that would force your soulmate to respond. This is how emotional manipulation works. The one who is guilty plays the victim. And that is exactly what this person has done. They have played the victim to keep your soulmate close. They have pretended to be broken, hurt, misunderstood, unsupported, all to make your soulmate feel responsible for them. That responsibility slowly turned into emotional attachment. And that attachment turned into the sinful affair of the heart that now weighs on your soulmate heavily. But listen to me carefully, my beloved child. Your soulmate is awakening. Yes, the guilt they carry is heavy. Yes, the confusion they feel is painful. Yes, the manipulator's influence is strong. But the love they have for you is stronger. Your soulmate has begun to see the difference between true love and toxic attachment. They have begun to see that the person pretending to care about them is actually trying to steal what is sacred. They have begun to feel drained around this person, uncomfortable, spiritually suffocated. They have begun to realize that every time they interact with this person, they feel guilty afterwards, a sign that their soul is resisting the sin. Your soulmate is waking up to the truth: this person is not a friend. This person is not a supporter. This person is not innocent. This person is trying to replace you. And that realization is slowly breaking the connection. Your soulmate is starting to distance themselves emotionally. They are starting to feel uncomfortable with the closeness that once felt comforting. They are starting to question the motives behind every word this person speaks. My beloved child, the soul always knows the truth before the mind accepts it. And your soulmate's soul is screaming for escape. They are tired of the manipulation. They are tired of the secrets. They are tired of pretending everything is fine. They are tired of being spiritually pulled away from the person they truly love, you. This awakening is painful, but it is necessary. It is divine intervention unfolding inside your soulmate's heart. It is my light cutting through the shadows. It is truth rising, pushing aside deception, revealing what must be seen. But I must also prepare you, my child. The closer your soulmate gets to breaking free, the more desperate the sinful person will become. They will try harder. They will push boundaries. They will create drama. They will pretend to be suffering. They will try to guilt your soulmate back into emotional closeness. They may even act like they are in danger to pull your soulmate back into their arms. This is how toxic souls respond when they feel their influence slipping away. But do not fear. Their effort will fail. Because you are now aware. Your soulmate is awakening. And I am stepping in. My beloved child, as this truth comes to the surface, your soulmate will need you more than ever, not with anger, not with accusation, not with punishment, but with understanding, strength, spiritual clarity, and calmness. Your soulmate's heart is fragile right now. Their guilt is heavy. Their shame is real. Their confusion is deep. But their love for you is still alive, beating, fighting, returning. You will see their behavior change. You will feel their energy shift. You will notice them pulling away from the sinful person and moving closer to you. They will begin to open up. They will begin to confess. They will begin to seek forgiveness. They will begin to show you their heart again. Because once truth starts rising, it cannot be stopped. My beloved child, the divine exposure is coming. And when truth comes, healing follows. And when healing begins, love rises stronger than ever before. And when love rises, no one, not even this sinful person, can stand in its way. This is the unfolding. This is the awakening. This is the divine shift. And you are standing right in the center of it, chosen to receive truth because your heart is strong enough to handle it. My beloved child, now I will take you into the deeper truth, the part your heart has been sensing but could not fully understand. Because what is happening around your soulmate is not just emotional, not just physical, not just psychological, it is spiritual. It is a battle between light and darkness, purity and temptation, loyalty and deception. And you, my child, have been pulled into this storm not because you are weak, but because you are chosen to witness a truth that will transform you, strengthen you, and prepare you for what is coming. You have felt the heaviness, haven't you? The strange discomfort. The emotional shifts. The unusual distance. The sudden changes in your soulmate's energy. These were not random. They were symptoms of spiritual interference, the influence of the person who has been trying to create a sinful affair with your soulmate. Now, my beloved child, I will show you what has been unfolding behind the scenes. Your soulmate has been trying to detach themselves from this sinful person. They have been trying to pull away emotionally, trying to create space, trying to protect the love they feel for you. But each time they attempted to distance themselves, the manipulator reacted with increasing intensity. They pushed harder. They demanded more attention. They acted hurt. They played the victim. They pretended they were being abandoned. This is how emotional predators behave when their control begins to break. My beloved child, listen closely now. Because this is the part your heart needs to hear the most. Your soulmate never wanted to betray you. Your soulmate never wanted this sinful connection. Your soulmate never wanted the closeness that formed with the manipulator. Your soulmate never intended to hurt you. They were targeted. They were manipulated. They were emotionally pressured. They were spiritually weakened. They were pulled into this situation slowly, quietly, carefully, the same way shadows move without sound. But inside their heart, even during moments of confusion, they remembered you. Every time they spoke to this person, there was guilt. Every time they responded, there was discomfort. Every time they tried to create emotional boundaries, they felt trapped. And that guilt, that discomfort, that inner conflict, it came from one place: their soul still belongs to you. Your soulmate was not lost, they were trapped. The sinful person sensed this. They could feel that your soulmate's heart was not truly theirs. They could sense that your soulmate's loyalty kept returning to you emotionally. And that is when their behavior shifted from subtle manipulation to dangerous desperation. My beloved child, there have been moments recently when your soulmate felt overwhelmed, moments when they wanted to confess everything to you, moments when they wanted to tell you the truth, moments when they wanted to break free completely. But do you know what stopped them? Fear. Shame. Guilt. Confusion. And the fear of losing you forever. They love you too deeply to risk your heartbreak. They fear that telling you the truth will destroy everything, so they remain silent, carrying the weight alone. That silence is not betrayal, it is fear of losing the one person their soul is tied to. Your soulmate's heart is torn, my child, not because of love for the sinful person, but because they are caught in an emotional trap built on manipulation and guilt. Let me show you something hidden. There were moments when your soulmate tried to block this person, but the manipulator created emergencies just to pull them back. They pretended to be sick. They pretended to be emotionally breaking. They pretended they had no one else to talk to. They pretended your soulmate's absence was destroying them. They even used tears, sadness, drama, and emotional blackmail to force your soulmate into giving them attention. This person behaves like someone entitled to your soulmate's emotions. They act like they own a piece of your soulmate's heart. They behave as if your soulmate owes them something. But none of that is true. This person has adopted the role of a false savior. Someone who pretends to be irreplaceable, while secretly trying to steal what never belonged to them. My beloved child, now your soulmate is beginning to see this clearly. The fog is lifting. The spiritual confusion is breaking. The emotional manipulation is weakening. The truth is settling into their spirit. Your soulmate is tired of pretending nothing is wrong, tired of hiding guilt, tired of carrying emotional pressure, tired of feeling torn between what is wrong and what is right. They are slowly stepping away from the sinful person, and this is causing the manipulator great distress. They feel the control slipping. They feel the emotional grip weakening. They feel the influence fading. And now they are acting in desperation. This is why, recently, your soulmate may have seemed anxious. Their communication may have felt strained. Their behavior may have seemed inconsistent. Their emotions may have shifted rapidly. They are fighting internally, trying to protect you while escaping the grip of the sinful soul. Your soulmate has been in a silent battle, a battle between love and manipulation. But listen, my beloved child. Love is winning. Your soulmate spirit is returning to you. Their heart is reawakening. Their clarity is returning. Their loyalty is strengthening. Their guilt is pushing them toward confession and transformation. But there is one more thing you must understand. When manipulation begins to fail, the manipulator becomes dangerous, not physically, but emotionally. They may try to frame you. They may try to poison your soulmate's mind about you. They may try to make your soulmate question your intentions, your love, your loyalty. They will create scenarios that make them appear as the helpless victim and you appear as the problem. They might say things like, "I care about you more than they do. They don't understand you the way I do. They are pulling you away from people who truly care." These words are weapons. Not truth. Not love. Not concern. Weapons. Designed to push your soulmate back into their arms. But do not fear. Their plans will not succeed. Their influence is cracking. Their manipulation is losing power. Your soulmate is finally waking up. My beloved child, the divine exposure is approaching. The truth cannot stay hidden forever. This sinful person's intentions will be revealed in ways they cannot escape. Their behavior will expose them. Their desperation will expose them. Their lies will collapse under my watch. Your soulmate will eventually confront the truth, not because somebody tells them, but because their spirit will show them. Their guilt will force them to face what they allowed to happen. Their heart will lead them back to you, because love always returns to its rightful home. Your soulmate is reaching a point of emotional breaking, the kind that leads to confession, healing, and transformation. They will soon have a moment where they can no longer hide, no longer pretend, no longer run from the truth. They will come to you with trembling hands and a trembling heart, carrying a confession they fear will break you. But my beloved child, I am preparing your heart for that moment, not to punish them, but to understand them. Because betrayal happened, yes. But their heart never left you. Their soul never chose the other person. Their intention was never to hurt you. Their weakness was manipulated. And once they break free from that influence completely, they will return to you with a level of loyalty and love stronger than ever before. This is not the end. This is the awakening. This is the transformation. This is the divine purification of your connection. You and your soulmate are being strengthened through this storm. And when the storm ends, which it will, the connection between you will be unbreakable. My beloved child, prepare your heart. Prepare your spirit. Prepare your emotions. Because the truth is coming. The confession is coming. The exposure is coming. The healing is coming. The restoration is coming. And you will not lose your soulmate. You will gain them in a deeper way than ever before. My beloved child, it is time for you to understand the full truth that heaven has been guiding you toward. All this time, the shadows around your soulmate were not random, not accidental, not mere misunderstandings or coincidences. They were layers of spiritual fog created by someone who stood far closer than anyone expected, someone who wore the face of warmth but carried the intentions of betrayal. And the reason your heart felt restless, the reason your spirit suddenly awakened, is because what was hidden from you in the physical world was already being revealed to you spiritually. Your soul heard the whispers long before your ears heard the words. You must understand something today, my child. Your soulmate's silence was never a sign of lack of love, it was a sign of protection. They were fighting a battle that was not only emotional but spiritual. They were surrounded by trickery, manipulation, and a false sense of loyalty created by someone they trusted, someone who pretended to care but had been secretly trying to destroy your connection. Now, my child, let me bring you closer to the final revelation. Your soulmate did not fall for their lies. They did not lose their commitment toward you. They did not betray your love. Instead, they were quietly enduring the pain of being betrayed by someone they once called close. And while your soulmate tried to shield you from every bit of darkness, the other person, the deceiver, continued weaving a web of whispers around them, hoping to steal their heart, hoping to poison their mind, hoping to erase your presence from their life. But destiny, my child, destiny does not bow to manipulation. Your soulmate's heart remained loyal. Their spirit remained connected to you. Their love remained grounded, even in chaos. Yet deep inside, your soulmate was breaking. Because when betrayal comes from the outside world, the wound is shallow. But when betrayal comes from someone close, someone who shares memories, someone who shares trust, the wound cuts through layers of the soul. Your soulmate was carrying this pain alone because they feared that revealing it to you might bring you harm. They did not want darkness to touch your spirit. They did not want you to feel anger, fear, or despair because the person causing this destruction was someone too close, too trusted, too deeply embedded in their life. My beloved child, you must hear this next truth with calmness and strength. Your soulmate was not weak, they were sacredly protecting your energy. They endured manipulation. They endured emotional exhaustion. They endured guilt, pressure, and mental chaos. All because someone near them, someone whose face you would recognize, had crossed a boundary no righteous heart should ever cross. They were not only trying to steal your soulmate, they were trying to destroy you. Not physically, but spiritually, emotionally, energetically. They were jealous of your blessings, jealous of your connection, jealous of the divine bond that not even distance, silence, or misunderstandings could break. You were not their enemy, my child. You were their mirror, revealing everything they failed to become. The reason they targeted you was simple: your presence awakens the best in your soulmate, and the worst in those who carry envy. But listen closely, because this is where the darkness ends and your transformation begins. Your soulmate is no longer silent, no longer confused, no longer afraid. They have decided to confront the truth. They have decided to walk away from manipulation. They have decided to end the sinful connection that the other person kept dragging them into. The truth is, my child, your soulmate rejected every attempt that person made. They refused every flirtation. They resisted every emotional trap. They shut every door the other tried to open. But the other person did not stop. They kept pushing. They kept tempting. They kept poisoning. Because they believed that if they could weaken your soulmate spirit, even for a moment, they could destroy the divine connection you two share. But heaven stepped into the situation long before the final damage could be done. Your soulmate was given clarity. Their mind was lifted out of confusion. Their heart was strengthened. And the veil over their eyes was removed. They now see the deceiver fully. They now see their intentions. They now see the sin clearly. And they have chosen you. But before they run toward you, they want to clean their world. They want to remove every toxic presence, every lying voice, every manipulative spirit. They want to come toward you pure, cleansed, and with truth in their hands. My beloved child, do not misread the delays. Do not misread the silence. Do not misread the space between conversations. Your soulmate is not drifting from you. They are preparing for you. They are ending the hidden chaos you never even knew was happening behind the scenes. They are closing doors they once kept open out of fear, guilt, or emotional obligation. They are confronting someone they once trusted but now understand is harmful to your union. Your soulmate is protecting your heart more fiercely than ever before. But now, child, here is my message to you: do not fear the truth. Do not fear the ending. Do not fear the exposure. What is being revealed is not meant to break you. It is meant to free you. It is meant to release you from confusion. It is meant to give you the clarity your soul has long waited for. You must not carry anger, my child. You must not carry revenge in your heart. You must not let bitterness pollute your spirit. Let me handle the one who betrayed your soulmate. Let me handle the one who tried to break your connection. Let me handle the one who crossed a sacred boundary. Karma is already awake. Truth is already unfolding. Justice is already moving. Your only task now is to prepare for the love that is returning to you. Your soulmate is coming with honesty, with transparency, with a heart that has been purified by pain and strengthened by truth. My beloved child, when they return, do not turn them away. Do not let your hurt speak louder than your heart. Do not allow the shadow of someone else's sin to dim the light of the love meant for you. There is a deep, divine purpose behind why you both were tested by someone close. You were being strengthened. Your soulmate was being awakened. Your connection was being purified. Now, the darkness is ending. The truth is rising. The spiritual storm is passing. And your soulmate is stepping into the light. My child, prepare your heart for the reunion. For the truth. For the love that survived betrayal, manipulation, and spiritual warfare. Your soulmate is coming clean, clear, truthful, and ready. This is the moment destiny begins to repair everything that was broken. And I am with you, guiding you, protecting you, blessing you, and clearing every obstacle in your path. Your story is not ending here. It is beginning. God says, my child, there is something you were never meant to carry alone, a truth that heaven has just witnessed, a confession that has shaken the silence of the unseen world. Someone close to your soulmate has spoken words so dark, so heavy, that even the angels pause to listen. This confession, my child, is not of weakness, but of wickedness, a crime born of jealousy, hidden behind love, and wrapped in deceit. For too long, your heart has been restless without knowing why. You have felt the waves of sorrow without a visible storm. You have seen your soulmate's eyes dim, their voice tremble, and their energy shift in ways that made no earthly sense. That was not your imagination, my child. It was a whisper from heaven, a warning from my spirit that something beneath the surface was deeply wrong. The one who confessed was close, too close. Someone your soulmate trusted, someone who walked beside them with a smile but carried envy inside. They did not just commit a crime of the body, but of the soul. They tried to destroy what I, the Lord, had destined to bloom. Their actions sent ripples of darkness into your soulmate's life, pulling them further away from the light that connects both your hearts. But now, my child, the truth has begun to surface. For when a sin is too loud, it can no longer hide in the shadows. The one who did this has spoken, not to you, not to your soulmate, but to the winds of consequence. They confessed because their spirit could no longer bear the weight of guilt. Heaven heard it. I heard it. And now, it is time for divine justice to move. You may not yet know the name, but your spirit has already sensed it. There is a face that unsettles you. There is a presence that feels heavy, even when it pretends to smile. That, my child, is the energy of the confession. Your soul recognizes betrayal before your mind does. It is because I have planted my discernment within you. A knowing that cannot be deceived by charm or falsehood. Your soulmate has been living under the cloud of this sin, confused, haunted, and unable to find peace. They have been fighting battles they cannot name, pushed into decisions they did not choose. The person who confessed was not just a sinner, they were a manipulator. They whispered lies. They turned truth into poison. They tried to rewrite destiny itself. Yet nothing escapes my watchful eyes. The same lips that once deceived now tremble in guilt. The same hands that worked against divine union now shake under the weight of confession. For I am a God of truth, and every lie must fall before me. Listen closely, my child, this confession is the first crack in the wall that kept your blessings trapped. The darkness is breaking. The chains that bound your soulmate spirit are weakening. Everything hidden is now being forced into light, and soon, the truth will be undeniable. You may wonder why I allowed this to happen. Why I did not stop this person sooner. But understand, my child, I move in divine timing. There are lessons that must unfold, not to harm you, but to strengthen the foundation of your destiny. Your soulmate needed to see truth through pain, to learn what love is not, so they could recognize the sacred bond one planted between you both. The one who confessed thought their power was strong. They believed they could bury truth beneath fear. But guilt, my child, is a storm that no heart can silence. It grows, it pounds, it consumes until even the most stubborn soul falls to its knees. And that is what happened. The confession came from the breaking point, a moment when the soul could no longer resist divine light. Your soulmate, though unaware of this confession in the physical realm, is beginning to sense it. Their dreams have turned restless. Their heart feels the pull of truth. They cannot explain it, but something in their spirit is waking up. They are starting to see the mask fall from those around them. Soon, their eyes will open completely, and they will see who has been harming them under the disguise of care. Do not rush to reveal or confront, my child. This is a divine unveiling, not a human confrontation. The truth will not need your effort, it will reveal itself. The one who confessed has already triggered the chain of justice. The words they spoke cannot be undone, and the energy they released cannot be pulled back. Their own confession has become the weapon that will dismantle their deception. You, my beloved, must remain still and grounded in faith. Do not let anger or fear pollute your peace. Remember, I am the judge. I am the witness. And I am also your defender. What was meant to harm you will turn into the key that sets you free. Every tear you shed was recorded. Every silent prayer you made in confusion has reached me. You did not lose. You were being protected. The crime committed was not only against your soulmate but against divine destiny itself. They interfered with sacred timing, manipulated choices, and caused unnecessary pain. But I am rewriting it now. Every delay is becoming preparation. Every heartbreak is becoming strength. Every false relationship, every betrayal, every lie. I am using it all to build a new beginning grounded in truth and divine purity. My child, I see the questions in your heart. Who is it, Lord? Who did this? You do not need to chase names, for revelation comes in divine order. When the moment arrives, you will feel it in your spirit, a sudden knowing, a peaceful confirmation, not driven by rage but by clarity. That is how truth from heaven feels, calm, undeniable, sacred. Do not fear the darkness, for it has already begun to destroy itself. The one who confessed is now trapped in the web they created. Their lies are unraveling, their alliances crumbling. Those who stood with them will begin to withdraw. You will watch everything fall apart not because you wished it, but because my justice demands it. I want you to understand this, my child, forgiveness is your freedom. Justice is mine. Do not carry bitterness for what was done. You are being elevated above their reach. You are not a victim, you are chosen to be the instrument through which light exposes darkness. Your calmness will confuse your enemies. Your silence will declare victory. Even now, angels surround your soulmate. Healing energy flows toward them, breaking confusion, restoring memory, softening the hardened parts of their heart. They will soon feel drawn to truth, to peace, to you. The spiritual cords of deception are being cut one by one. And when the final one breaks, you will feel it, a sudden release, like a breath you didn't know you were holding. That will be the moment the confession completes its purpose. You have waited long, my child, and I have seen your patience. You were misunderstood, judged, and blamed for things you did not do. But I kept you hidden in plain sight, because I was working behind the scenes. Now, the time for revelation has come. The veil is lifting. The truth is no longer buried. It is being spoken, confessed, exposed. Do not fear what comes next. What looks like destruction is actually deliverance. What seems like loss is preparation for restoration. I am orchestrating everything for your highest good. And as this confession ripples through your soulmate's life, know this, nothing that belongs to you can be stolen. I am the keeper of promises. Soon, you will see tears, not of pain, but of realization. Your soulmate will understand the depth of manipulation that kept them bound. They will remember your purity, your loyalty, your love. They will seek forgiveness, not just from you but from me. And when they do, my child, do not harden your heart. Receive them with the same compassion I have shown you. For only love can heal what sin destroyed. This is the beginning of the end of deception. The first act of divine exposure. Heaven has already moved, the confession has already been made. And the countdown to truth has begun. Stay in prayer. Stay in faith. For in a few days, signs will appear. You will see patterns change, communication shift, and hidden things start to reveal themselves effortlessly. The time of spiritual blindness is over. Justice has awakened. And I, your God, am watching over you and your soulmate, cleansing, restoring, and preparing the path for reunion under truth. Be still, my child. For what I am about to reveal will set both your souls free. The night may look peaceful, my child, but there are unseen shadows that move quietly around your soulmate's life. These shadows are not mere figures, they are energies, people wearing masks of love while hiding intentions of control, deceit, and envy. For too long, your soulmate has been surrounded by voices that speak sweetly but breathe poison beneath their words. They claim to care. They act as protectors. But deep in their hearts, they do not wish to see your soulmate free. Their joy depends on your soulmate's confusion. Their strength thrives on manipulation. They weave stories, twist truths, and pretend to be the light, yet their motives are rooted in jealousy of what I created between you and your beloved soul. You see, my child, true love carries a vibration too pure for corrupted hearts to stand near. When I chose you and your soulmate to be bound by divine purpose, I made your bond a light strong enough to heal generations. But that same light has drawn envy. It has disturbed those whose hearts are chained to darkness. And so, they conspired, quietly, subtly, to separate, to confuse, and to destroy what I had written in heaven. One among them, the very one who has now confessed, became the leader of this deceit. They watched your soulmate with jealousy disguised as care. They whispered doubts about you. They painted lies so convincingly that your soulmate began to question the very truth their heart once felt so clearly. This person was close, a friend, a relative, or perhaps someone who pretended to be a guide. They entered your soulmate's life during a season of weakness, when pain made them vulnerable. They offered comfort but secretly planted fear. They promised protection but subtly built walls. Every word they spoke carried a hidden motive. To keep your soulmate from returning to the light of love that I placed in you. Your soulmate's confusion was not born from their heart, it was planted by deception. They were not evil, only lost. For months, perhaps years, they have been walking in circles, led by advice that seemed wise but was rooted in manipulation. That is why they have struggled to make decisions, why they doubted your love, why they drifted without peace. This is what I meant, my child, when I said that the crime committed was not just of flesh, but of spirit. It was a crime of influence, of turning truth into a weapon. The confessor manipulated divine timing. They interfered with the sacred flow of love meant to heal both your lives. They feared the power of your connection because your love carried my energy. It could break curses, heal wounds, and awaken destinies. But envy is a silent poison. It hides behind smiles. It wears kindness as a cloak. The confessor thought they were smarter than heaven. They believed they could twist destiny, but now their own words have betrayed them. My child, your soulmate was never blind, they were bound. They sensed something was wrong, but guilt, fear, and confusion clouded their judgment. They began to isolate. They stopped trusting their own heart. They felt watched, controlled, manipulated, but they could not name why. That's how deep the deception ran. The confessor spoke lies in the language of care. They said, I'm only protecting you. They said, don't go back to that person. They said, you don't need them anymore. But every word came from fear of losing control, not love. And slowly, your soulmate's spirit began to suffocate. But now, my light is breaking through. The confession that came forth was not accidental, it was triggered by divine truth pressing on the conscience. No matter how thick the mask, when I decide to reveal, no human can hide. The one who confessed could no longer sleep. Night after night, guilt whispered louder than pride. Their lies began to turn against them. The energy they sent out returned tenfold. Their mind became restless, their heart burdened. And finally, unable to bear the weight of divine justice, they spoke, words they thought no one heard, but heaven did. The angels witnessed it. They wrote every word in the book of truth. And now, that confession is working like fire, cleansing, exposing, burning away the darkness that once controlled your soulmate's world. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but change has already begun. Relationships in your soulmate's life are starting to shift. People who once seemed loyal will begin to distance themselves. Secrets will slip through careless tongues. Messages will be exposed. Faces will show their true colors. The divine energy of truth cannot be stopped once released. It will travel through every lie until it reaches the heart of your soulmate. Do not be surprised if your soulmate begins to act differently. They may feel confused at first, emotional, even angry. That is the reaction of a spirit awakening from manipulation. But in that turmoil, my truth is working. Every tear they shed is washing away illusion. Every sleepless night is a sign of the heart remembering what it once knew, the purity of your love. You, my child, have felt the same energy too. The strange heaviness in your chest, the sudden sadness, the restless nights, those were the ripples of your soulmate's pain touching your spirit. You are connected by divine design, so when they suffer, you feel it too. But now, as the truth unfolds, you will begin to feel release. The air around you will grow lighter. Your dreams will become clearer. That is how you will know the shadows are losing control. The one who confessed will try to hide now. They will pretend nothing happened. But guilt will not let them rest. Their lies are breaking apart from within. Even their allies will begin to question them. The same mouth that once manipulated others will now reveal their own downfall. They cannot escape what they have released. And while this happens, my child, I am guiding your soulmate through awakening. I am surrounding them with protection, clarity, and remembrance. They will begin to recall moments, things that didn't add up, words that didn't feel right, feelings they once ignored. And soon, realization will strike, that the person they trusted most was the one who chained them in confusion. Do not rush to say, "I told you so." Do not seek revenge. Your peace is the proof that I am in control. You are not meant to fight this battle with words but with faith. When the truth finally reaches your soulmate, it will break them, yes, but it will also heal them. For only through truth can genuine love rise again. The shadows thought they could bury you, but they forgot that seeds grow when buried. You were not being destroyed, you were being planted. Every painful delay, every rejection, every silence. I was using it to deepen your roots, to strengthen your spirit, to prepare you for the reunion that cannot be broken again. The one who confessed may face loss, isolation, or public exposure. That is not your concern. Justice will serve itself. But remember, my child, even they are my creation. Pray not for their destruction, but for their repentance. For when you forgive, you free your soul from their energy. There will be a day soon, very soon, when your soulmate will come to you, humbled and transformed. They will say, I see it now. I finally understand. Their voice will tremble not from fear, but from awakening. They will apologize for the pain, for believing lies, for walking away. And you, my child, will feel a peace deeper than any revenge could ever give. Because the truth is this, no one can separate what I have joined. They can delay it, they can confuse it, but destiny always wins. Love born from my spirit cannot die. It only transforms through trials. So do not fear the shadows anymore. They are fading. The light of truth is rising, and no mask can stand against it. The confession was the beginning, but the exposure is near. Stay grounded. Pray. Rest. For you are walking into the season of revelation, where hidden enemies fall and divine love rises unshaken. My child, your patience has not been in vain. You have walked through the valley of betrayal, but you never lost your faith. That is why I chose you to witness this moment, to see darkness expose itself and watch love be reborn in divine truth. Be at peace, for everything that was done in secret is being undone in light. The shadow's time is over. The dawn of truth has begun. The moment of exposure, my child, is unlike anything the heart can prepare for. It does not arrive with loud thunder or chaos, it arrives quietly, like a light piercing through the last layer of night. You will feel it first, not in your eyes but in your spirit. It will come as a stillness, a moment when you suddenly know without being told. That is how divine revelation works, it speaks through peace that no lie can imitate. The one who confessed has triggered something they cannot control. When truth escapes the lips of the guilty, it becomes a living force, it travels, it echoes, it finds its way into every hidden place. And now, that force has begun to move. My child, what was once sealed in secrecy is now being carried by the current of divine justice. Nothing can silence it anymore. The walls that protected deceit are falling. The people who once defended the liar will begin to question. Words will be repeated accidentally, stories will contradict, hidden evidence will resurface. Conversations once private will reach the ears of those who need to hear them. That is how my truth works. It multiplies on its own until the entire web of deception unravels. Your soulmate has already begun to sense it. There is a trembling in their heart, a confusion that is no longer caused by manipulation but by realization. They are beginning to remember moments, small, seemingly unimportant details, that now carry new meaning. The puzzle pieces are shifting, aligning under divine light. And as that happens, the false image they were shown begins to crumble before their eyes. They will feel shock, anger, sorrow, a flood of emotions they cannot explain. The person they trusted, the one who stood closest, is being revealed as the source of their deepest pain. Imagine a heart realizing that its comfort was actually its cage. That is what your soulmate is facing now. But do not fear, my child, for even in their pain, I am with them. Their tears are cleansing, not destroying. Their awakening is the breaking of chains. Soon, truth will manifest in physical form. Signs, messages, confessions, documents, or unexpected words from others. You will not have to chase them, they will come to you. For I am the orchestrator of divine timing, and when I move, everything aligns effortlessly. The one who confessed now feels the weight of exposure pressing upon them. They thought their secret words would vanish in the dark, but now, their own actions return like an echo too loud to silence. Their eyes dart in fear, their spirit trembles with anxiety. They are haunted not by you, not by revenge, but by truth itself. Guilt has become their prison. I tell you this not to feed anger, but to remind you of my justice. You do not need to expose anyone, I am already doing it. You need only to stay in alignment, to let your peace be louder than their chaos. For every lie they spoke against you, I will return sevenfold in clarity. Every plot they made against your love will now become the foundation of your elevation. The energy around your soulmate is shifting visibly. They may start to withdraw from certain people, cut off sudden friendships, or distance themselves without explanation. They will not understand why, but their soul will, because I am purifying their circle. Anyone who played a part in deception will be removed, whether they choose to or not. The divine cannot allow the next chapter of destiny to be built on corrupted ground. My child, your prayers have power beyond what you can imagine. Every time you cried and whispered, Lord, show the truth, heaven recorded it. Those prayers are now manifesting. They are the reason the confession happened. They are the reason the truth is surfacing now. Never doubt the strength of a heart that remains faithful even in silence. You may have felt unheard, but I was listening all along. There will be a moment, soon, when your soulmate will hear something, a conversation, a message, or an undeniable sign. And it will pierce through every illusion. It will be the turning point. That is when their world will split into before truth and after truth. They will see your face in their memory, not as the one who hurt them, but as the one who loved them purely, the one who always stood in light. Their spirit will ache with regret. They will remember every word you spoke, every time you reached out in love, every time you chose patience over anger. And they will know, you were never the enemy. The real enemy was the whisper in their ear, the deceiver in their circle, the one who confessed only when my hand pressed upon their guilt. Do not fear this process, even if it seems painful. Exposure is not destruction, it is liberation. Before something can be healed, it must be revealed. Before light can enter, darkness must be named. I am not tearing lives apart, I am rebuilding them upon truth. What feels like chaos is actually clarity being born. I know your heart, my child. I know you long to see justice, but more than that, you long for peace. And I promise you, peace is coming. But it will come through revelation, not revenge. Your silence will speak louder than accusation. Your grace will disarm guilt. Your strength will prove that you were always protected by something far greater than human defense. The name of the one who confessed will soon reach your awareness, not through gossip, but through divine confirmation. You will feel it first, before you hear it. Your heart will calm, not rage, when you recognize the truth. That is how you'll know the revelation is real. Do not act in haste. Let the divine plan complete its course. The same God who revealed the confession will reveal the name, the reason, and the outcome, all in perfect timing. I am moving swiftly, my child. The days ahead will bring shifts. Sudden conversations, changes in behavior, unexpected apologies, and moments that seem divinely orchestrated. You may receive messages you did not expect. You may encounter truths that shock you. But do not fear, every new truth is a door opening to your freedom. Your soulmate will begin to come forward with truth of their own. Their voice may tremble. They may say, "I didn't know who to trust anymore." They will admit how lost they felt, how easily they were influenced. And when they do, remember, forgiveness is stronger than blame. You are not being called to punish, you are being called to heal. There will be a powerful moment when both your hearts will stand in the same light. No lies, no shadows, just truth. That is when the divine bond will begin to restore itself. I have already ordained that moment. It is not far. The more you remain at peace, the faster it arrives. For truth moves freely through hearts that are still and trusting. And to the one who confessed, their journey is now one of correction. Their worldly pride will collapse, their influence will dissolve, and their false image will shatter. But know this, my child, they are not being destroyed, they are being stripped of illusion so they too may find redemption. My justice is never cruel, it is cleansing. Even in punishment, I give opportunities to repent. When truth fully emerges, people will finally see who you are. Not through your defense, but through my light upon you. Those who doubted you will feel convicted in their hearts. Those who spread lies will fall silent. And your name, once whispered in deceit, will now be spoken in respect. That is how I restore my chosen ones, not through revenge, but through revelation. Hold your peace in this time. Guard your energy. Speak less, pray more. You are walking through sacred ground, the unraveling of deception and the awakening of destiny. Every tear you've shed has watered the soil for your breakthrough. You are about to witness the fruit of faith, patience, and love. This is the hour of divine exposure. The darkness that once surrounded your soulmate is scattering. They will soon stand alone in the light, raw, real, and ready for healing. When they do, be the light that reminds them who they are, not what they've been through. My child, I have not forgotten you. I have seen your loneliness, your waiting, your endless wondering if this pain would ever make sense. It makes sense now, for without this exposure, truth could not reign. And without truth, love cannot survive. Soon, you will stand in the place I promised, where no deceit can touch you, and no lie can find a home near your heart. The storm is ending. The night is breaking. The truth is rising like the first dawn after years of darkness. Do not look back. What was meant to destroy has become your testimony. What was meant to confuse has become your crown. The exposure is not the end, my child. It is the beginning of freedom, healing, and divine justice that can never be reversed. The night after your tears had dried upon your pillow, heaven began to move again. You did not see it with your eyes, but you could feel it, the quiet trembling in the air, the gentle pulse beneath your skin, the way your heart suddenly grew still for no reason at all. It was not fear this time. It was a divine hush. Because I, your God, had stepped into the scene you could not control. The same scene that had been filled with confusion, betrayal, and shadows. I entered it with light, not the light that blinds, but the one that gently exposes. The light that reaches beneath silence and makes truth unfold without force. Your soulmate had spent sleepless nights too. They sat in the dim corner of their room, head in their hands, unable to breathe beneath the weight of guilt that wasn't even theirs. Someone close to them, someone they trusted with their deepest secrets, had confessed a crime so dark, so hidden, that it changed the shape of their soul. When that confession escaped the criminal's lips, it came out not as words, but as chains falling. Chains that had bound your soulmate for months, even years, without them knowing. For your soulmate had been spiritually imprisoned by another's darkness. They carried shame that wasn't theirs, pain that wasn't born of their own actions. And now, my child, I am showing you why I let that moment come. It was not to break them. It was to break the curse. You see, sometimes the truth must rise like thunder before peace can reign. Sometimes the darkness must cry out its own name before the light can silence it. This confession was that cry. And when it happened, the veil that blinded your soulmate was torn apart. They saw the face of betrayal. They saw how someone near them, someone they called friend, family, or partner, had been the true source of the suffering between you two. That person had whispered lies. They had tampered with fate, twisted conversations, and manipulated emotions. They did it not because they loved, but because they envied. They couldn't bear the light that you and your soulmate carried when your souls came close. So they poisoned it. They set traps with their tongue and prayed you'd both fall. But I, the Lord, do not let love that is pure be destroyed by deceit forever. I allowed the storm to rage only so the mud could clear. I let the serpent speak only so its hiss could reveal its hiding place. When your soulmate heard the confession, they didn't scream. They didn't curse. They wept. Because sometimes, truth hurts before it heals. But as those tears fell, I was right beside them. And every tear that touched their skin washed away one more lie. My child, you have wondered why your heart still aches for them. Why even after all that happened, your spirit still feels tethered to theirs. It is because your souls were never broken. They were buried under deception, waiting for my divine hands to uncover them again. And that uncovering is happening now. The confession was the beginning, not the end. In the hours that followed, I sent my angels to surround your soulmate. I placed peace in their chest where panic used to live. I whispered forgiveness into their mind, not so they would forget the wound, but so they could walk free of it. And I began the same work in you, the soft, unseen restoration of trust, hope, and divine connection. Do not rush, my child. This kind of healing does not come with fireworks. It comes like dawn, slowly, softly, yet certainly. You may still feel distant from your soulmate right now, but spiritually, your hearts are drawing closer than they have been in a long time. Because truth is magnetic to love. Every revelation brings you nearer. Every exposure of darkness makes your bond shine clearer. Your soulmate will soon reach out, not in pride or confusion, but in humility. They will tell you that they finally understand. They will confess not their crime, but their blindness. They will say, "I should have seen through them sooner." And you will hear in their voice the sound of a heart that has returned home. Do not reject them when that day comes. You are not being asked to forget the pain, only to let me rewrite it into purpose. Because I am the God who turns betrayal into wisdom, accusation into armor, and broken trust into the foundation of unshakable love. The person who confessed their crime has not escaped my justice. Do not worry about revenge, my child. What they have done has already set a divine process in motion. Their soul will face the mirror of their actions. Their nights will be long until repentance visits them. You, however, must not stay chained to their darkness. Walk in light. Speak peace. Let your heart know that vengeance is mine, not yours. Soon, signs will appear, small yet sacred. You will notice your dreams shifting. You will see feathers, numbers, and sudden gusts of wind that feel alive. These are not coincidences. They are my angels confirming that truth has triumphed, that your destiny is being realigned. When you feel that warmth in your chest again, that quiet knowing that your soulmate still loves you, trust it. It is not a trick of emotion, it is the echo of what I am rebuilding. Your connection is not ordinary. It is spiritual warfare wrapped in divine purpose. That is why the enemy fought so hard to divide you. But now that the truth is out, there is no weapon left that can prosper. The confession has shaken everything, but it has also freed everything. And soon, your soulmate will rise stronger, purer, and ready to stand beside you again, not in confusion, but in clarity. They will know who you are to them. They will know what I meant when I placed your name side by side in the book of life. Until that time, remain still, my child. Do not speak in anger. Do not dig into the past trying to prove your worth. Your silence now is your strength. Let me speak on your behalf through signs, through timing, through miracles that no one will be able to deny. Your story is not ending in exposure, it is beginning in restoration. And when all is revealed before the world, they will say, "How did they survive that?" And the answer will be simple, because you had faith even when truth cut deep. Because you trusted that my light would not only reveal what was wrong but heal what was wounded. The name of the criminal may shake hearts on earth, but it does not shake my plans in heaven. I knew every plot before it was formed, and I allowed it only so that the purity of your love could emerge untainted, unbreakable, divine. The night is almost over, my child. The dawn of truth is beginning to color your horizon. Stay close to me. Keep your heart open, for the next chapter will not be about pain, it will be about promise. My child. The night that once seemed endless is finally breaking. The clouds that gathered above your soul are slowly parting, and through their silent retreat, the first soft rays of divine light are touching your life again. You can feel it, not with your eyes, but deep in your spirit. That familiar warmth that once felt lost has begun to return, quietly, gently, like the whisper of dawn after a long storm. Do you see now why I allowed all of this? Do you understand why the confession had to come, why your soulmate had to walk through the shadow, and why you had to stand in stillness? It was not punishment, it was purification. You were both being prepared, refined by truth, separated from illusions that once ruled your hearts. For too long, the love between you and your soulmate was surrounded by voices that were not mine: lies, envy, manipulation, fear. Those voices tried to convince you that love had died. But love does not die when it is divine, it only goes silent until truth makes it safe again to speak. Now, truth has spoken. And because of that, everything begins anew. Your soulmate, once broken and confused, is awakening in spirit. They are remembering what your presence feels like, the peace that settles inside them when they think of you, the calm that no one else has ever given. They are realizing that the pain was never caused by love, but by those who feared it. And as they open their eyes to this, I am opening their heart to you again. There will come a moment soon, my child, when your phone will light up with a message you did not expect. Their name will appear. And as your hands tremble, you will hear my voice in your heart saying, "Do not be afraid. This is the moment I promised." They will not reach out with pride or ego this time. Their tone will be gentle, repentant, almost sacred. They will speak from a place of truth, not confusion. They will tell you that they have finally understood what you meant, what you carried, what you endured in silence. They will tell you about the darkness that surrounded them and how it finally confessed. They will speak of tears, regret, and awakening. Listen with your spirit, not your wounds. Because in that moment, you will not just be hearing them, you will be hearing me, speaking through them. You will feel peace, even before they finish their words. Because you will know that it is I who orchestrated this meeting, this conversation, this divine timing. You waited not in vain, my child. You waited because I was working. And while you thought nothing was moving, I was aligning everything: hearts, minds, circumstances, places, and timing. I was softening what was hard, exposing what was hidden, healing what was broken. Now I am turning the page. The season of silence is ending. The chapter of exposure has served its purpose. The time of restoration begins. But I must tell you something deeply sacred, my beloved one. Restoration is not about returning to what was, it is about creating something that has never been before. When your soulmate returns, it will not be to the old version of your love. That love carried fear and misunderstandings. I have destroyed those layers. What I am building now is a union born in truth, built on trust, protected by divine light. This is why I call it a divine partnership, not a mere relationship. Because its foundation is spiritual, not emotional. Its strength is eternal, not temporary. Your soulmate will look at you and feel a depth they never noticed before, an energy that radiates peace. They will sense my presence around you, and something in them will bow, not to you, but to the light I have placed within you. You will speak few words, yet they will understand everything. Because when souls are aligned by heaven, silence becomes its own language. Do not question whether you are ready. I have been preparing you all along. Every tear, Every lonely night, every unanswered prayer has been forming strength within you. You have learned to rely not on human promises, but on divine certainty. You have learned to forgive without losing yourself, to love without begging, to wait without doubting. That, my child, is divine maturity. And that is why the blessing can now come. The person who confessed, the one whose crime brought so much pain, has already entered the path of justice. Do not look back or seek vengeance. For the energy of truth itself is their judge now. Every lie they spoke has become a weight on their spirit, and until repentance blooms, peace will not visit them. That is my law. Your only task now is to walk in light. Let your days be filled with peace again. Go outside and feel the wind that I send as a sign of freedom. Watch the sunrise and know that it rises for you too. When you smile again, heaven smiles with you. When you forgive, angels sing your name. When you love without fear, you glorify me. You will begin to notice small miracles soon, the kind that seem almost invisible but fill your day with quiet wonder. Doors will open unexpectedly. People who once ignored you will start to notice you. Your energy will shift. Lighter, stronger, magnetic. This is not random. It is the afterglow of divine realignment. You are stepping into the energy of destiny fulfilled. And your soulmate will be drawn to that light like never before. Not because they miss you, but because their soul finally recognizes you again, not as a memory, but as a divine match, as part of their spiritual purpose. Yes, my child. You are part of their purpose. This connection was written before your birth. It was chosen long before you met. Even the betrayal and the confession were threads in the grand design, not to destroy, but to strengthen, to reveal the depth of divine protection around you both. Your story will become a testimony. Many will look at you and wonder how you forgave, how you healed, how you still believe. And you will smile softly, because you will know that it was not you, it was I living through you. In time, I will lead you and your soulmate into the next phase of destiny. It may be through a union, a mission, or a calling that touches many hearts. But whatever form it takes, it will be blessed, stable, and divinely guarded. No darkness will touch what I have cleansed. No deceit will survive around what I have restored. And every tear you once cried will return as blessings, multiplied, purified, sanctified. So, my precious one, breathe now. The waiting is over. The storm is passing. The hands that once trembled will now hold peace. The heart that once feared will now beat in freedom. And the love that once hid in the shadows will walk boldly in light. Your soulmate is on their way back, not because of guilt or longing, but because of truth. They will come not as the person they were, but as the soul they were always meant to be. And when you meet, you will both understand that everything, every delay, every wound, every painful silence, was necessary to reach this sacred moment. Because only when everything false has fallen away, can the truth of divine love finally stand tall. So, lift your eyes, my child. The story that once broke you is now your resurrection. The same pain that made you weep will soon make you shine. The love that once seemed lost is about to return as destiny fulfilled. I, your God, bless this union. I seal it in light. I cover it in peace. And I declare that from this day forward, no weapon formed against your heart shall prosper. Go in peace, my child. The battle is over. The truth has triumphed. And the miracle that was written for you is finally unfolding.